this is Yolanda Soto Lopez from the All Crafts channel, and today we're going to make the super easiest little project using the little tiny adding machine. If you have a 22 needle knitting machine, you could use that as well. So this is a perfect way to get, this is just a little caterpillar, a little worm, and I just like these colors because they're like kind of like the colors to teach your children the kids their colors. So this is like a little toddler toy, and then you could put the different primary colors, or you could do rainbow colors, because here we have black and pink, yellow, orange, red, blue, and green. So that's a lot of the colors that the kids use, and it could also even be a toy for a little puppy or something. So I hope you'll enjoy this video tutorial. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and let's get the party started. Okay everyone, to make your little caterpillar or worm, whatever you want to call it, you just get the whatever colors you're going to choose. I chose these colors because they're like the primary colors, like a blue, a green, a orange, a red. Not sure which yellow I'm going to use yet, and pink. And then of course I'm using the little Addy knitting machine. This is the little express, which is the small one with the 22 needles. I have my clip so that I can kind of weigh that down. And then you're just going to need your scissors and then your little needle that comes with it. This is really just to learn how to use the machine, how to wind it up. So you can start with whatever color you want to start with, but I'm not even going to really move these too much. I'm just going to be doing about 15 rows of each one. So to start, I'm going to put a little clip. It helps to give it a little bit of weight, and then to cast on, it's really easy to do. Let me get a little bit closer here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put this here first in front of the needle, then the next one goes behind, then in front, behind, front, behind, all the way around. And the machine, the Addy that I have, this little one has a manual counter. The King, the big one I have, has a digital one, so it won't make that little clicking sound. So here, when it goes past that first row, you will hear it make kind of like a little clicking sound because it's not the digital one. But so here you can see here. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, make sure that it's set to circular needle, circular needed. This does come with some clamps, but then if I use the clamps, I can't film well enough. And it's always like the first couple rows that are kind of hard to get through. But once you get through here, you're going to see how much smoother it'll go, hopefully. And I also found that it also depends on the yarn. It seems to really like that Vanna's Choice yarn or something like a little bit silkier. But these are just toys that are going to be washed in the washing machine, so I'm not really worried. So here I'm just going to show you when I change the color, and then you just repeat that with as many colors as you want, or however long you want it. Okay, here I've done my 15 rows. So now I'm just going to change color. And this is the same way you would change color with all the colors. You could do as many as you want. It's just going to keep getting longer. I'm going to cut my yarn. And I'm going to put this here back behind the white needle. Let me grab my little clip there. And then I'm going to start with my next row here in the black. And for that, I think I'm going to start with the blue. And like I said, I just used the remnants or whatever I have. So here I'm going to go ahead and stick it in there. Put it in my thing. Close that. I'm going to hold these together. The reason I just want to hold these together because I don't want to lose tension, and I don't want the yarn to jump off the needle. So here I'm going to go to number 30. And you could just keep doing your rows. You can see once I go past that row, it gets a lot smoother. Let me pull some more yarn out. And here I've gone a couple rows, so now I'm just going to make a little knot here to make sure my work doesn't undo itself. This is just an easy way to use up scraps. Okay, I finished doing all the colors I'm going to use, and like I said, I chose these colors because they're like primary colors. So here I'm going to get a big piece of string to make sure that I'll have enough to take off my work from the machine, and then to take it off from the machine, I'm just going to go ahead and finish my last two. 1, 2, and I'm going to close this. I'm going to get the little needle that comes with it. You can also use like a plastic needle. It's just, this one is kind of slanted, angled, so it's a little bit easier to get under there. So here, just going to take off your work. I just go slowly, do a few at a time, and then I do need to make sure that you keep your yarn on this right away from the needles that are turning, because I have gotten them caught before. So you're going to go under the stitch there. Let me see if I could do it with my left hand. I am not left-handed, so it's really awkward for me. You pull it under there. Keep going all the way until you take all of them on the needle. Once you get better, I guess, let me see if I go this way, maybe my hand won't be in the way. I could gather a couple at a time. How do I go backwards? I wonder, you have to use my left hand, guys, because I can't do it with my right hand. There. Let me get that off the needle right there. And then there was another one here that was caught as well. There. But I did get that one through the needle, so through my yarn. So once you do that, let me move my machine out of the way. And it'll be easier for you because you can clamp it to the table. So then I'm just going to pull this shut. This is going to be the face. I can put two little eyes and a smile, but I'm not going to make... you can also do for the feet here, you could put little felt, glue some felt little feet on it, but I'm not going to because, like I said, I don't want anything that's going to fall off, because this is for a toy for a young child or for a pet, and I'm giving these to the orphanage, so I don't want them to get anything, buttons or anything that could, you know, fall off and choke somebody, choke a child. That would not be good. And I'm just trying to come up with ideas to use with my little Addie and to use up all my leftover yarn. So that here, I already made a knot. I'm going to go hide my yarn into the inside, pull it out, stretch it a little bit, then I could cut this off just like that. So let me show you the colors that I used here. These are the colors that I used, but like I said, you can use any color you want. So now all I need to do is stuff my little tube here, and then I'm going to wrap around with yarn to create every little bump. It's super easy. It's just a quick fun, and this would be a really good project to do with your kids, or you know, because you can just help them change the color and then have them crank along. So here I'm just getting some fiber fill. It is pretty long, so I guess I could roll it up like this so it could be easier to stuff to them. And you know what? This is just going to be a really fun little project here. Just like that. And I don't have to have it too tough, because see, I just need to make sure it's going to be enough to give me shape right there. So that's enough for that one. I'm trying to be kind of even, but it's going to be impossible to have them all the same. So that's probably about the same one. And I think that's probably about right. Let me just sew the couple of these here, and then I'll finish stuffing them. So with the yarn, you can use whatever yarn you want, this one or the yellow one. I'm just going to go along this line here, grab my yarn, and pull it tight like this so it makes a little ball. It almost looks like sausage, right? Like this. Go to the other side, and you're going to do that for every section along the edge of the yarn of the new color. And once you have it done there, I'm just going to put it through my needles, and then I'm going to hide those tails inside of the knitting, just like that. Pull it out, and that's it. Okay, here I'm coming to the end. You can see that I've been stuffing all of them, and this is just a super fast, fun toy you can make with your kids. they just have them crank along. So here, plus it helps them learn their colors if they're toddlers. So I think I'm going to stuff the last one and then separate them. So as you can see, some I stuffed a little bit more because it got bigger. So they're all 15 rows. Each color is 15 rows. So put some more color here, more stuffing here. And then now I can go ahead and pull this shut. I think I'm going to have to, I think I need a little bit more stuffing. Let me open this a little bit here. Maybe I should edit out all those errors here. But then you wouldn't know you could open it back up. I think that's better now. I'm going to shut this up. Shape that there. And then sew that end shut. Put my little yarn divider. And then I have some black yarn. I'm just going to embroider a little face on it. You don't have to do that. It could just be a fun toy. And like I said, if you want, you could put felt little feet on the sides for his little feet, little caterpillar feet or worm feet. I guess it would be caterpillar because worms don't have feet. At least I don't know if they do. Okay. Make my little knot there. And then hide my tail. Okay, let me shape this last one here to give me a little place to put the last amount of yarn. Little tie here, and I'm just gonna do it right over like where the color is changing. Here, let me put this here if I can move it back. So here is all the colors, and now here on the face, if you want, you can use some embroidery thread. I'm just gonna use the same black yarn and do some eyes and then a smile, but I think I'll do the smile with the black as well. I was thinking about doing it with red, but I just wanted to be able to pop out. And take it out to the back. There's his little face. Then I'll make a knot in the back and then hide it again like I did with the other one. There we go. Now he's all inside. So there is your little caterpillar. And it's all done. It's just a great way to use up scraps. And like I said, if you want to, you could get a little piece of felt, cut out shoes or whatever little shoe shape, and then you could just glue them on either side of the sides of the feet, or the little circles. So you would just make something like this that looks kind of like a shoe, and then you could just glue it on there with fabric glue, one here, 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 and then on the other side. If you would like to do that, that's totally up to you. I'm just going to leave it like this because I don't want anything on there that's going to come off. And that's it. That's the whole project. Super easy peasy, right? Thanks for watching this video tutorial. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that like button, and remember always that God loves you.